Okay, welcome back. So I mentioned last time I was considering banning myself from using Town Portal, and I've actually changed my mind on that, and the reason is, if we look at the Thieves Guild, we can see that the two strongest heroes on the map are Thane and Nimbus, and we can actually see both of those heroes. So we can see Thane right here. Does look really scary, but I think with Implosion we could beat him. And the other one is Nimbus, who I thought would be even stronger, given that orange is definitely ahead of red. But in fact, we can see him right here, and he's fairly manageable too, so I don't think that banning Town Portal would really make things more interesting. I think it would just make things longer, which is not really the point. So we will be using that if we can keep our Conflux town safe. There is a chance it's going to be taken by Thane, but we'll see how it goes. We do have some kind of defense there, so we might be okay. Thane here has the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment, so we're going to try to get that back to Theodorus, if possible. Theodorus himself we are going to send into the town for the +1 attack. And then we're going to drop off everything except the Master Genies. Actually, doesn't make any difference if we take the Titans. If we take the Titans, we should also be safe if Craghack for some reason decides to turn back, which I don't think he will because they have no town left. So they're definitely going to throw everything they have at this. Odds don't look good. It doesn't look likely that we could hold off a few Phoenixes with what we currently have in there, but we're going to try. Theodorus we're going to send to the School of Magic. I'm going to go Spell Power. We want that Implosion to do as much damage as possible. I'm going to go into the tavern, I'm going to pick up Tyraxor, although before I do, I'm weighing up, and in fact I'm pretty confident I will. I am going to go for the Treasury, because if we don't spend anything else this turn, we're going to instantly get 4,000 of this back, and we'll have it for the rest of the game, so I think now's the perfect time to buy it. But I was considering sending Astral out, either to sell a few resources, or to try and take this back. I think I'll decide on that later. I'm going to send Neela up to the north, just to potentially retake the town, or at least to meet Theodorus. Pike Drum is fine where he is. I might be able to tuck him in. Yeah, so I can tuck him in. I can take Astral out. And I don't really think we need to trade resources, so let's just go for this, and then we can't make it back, unless we can go to this, so we visited that already. Okay. Solmir, gonna visit this. Let's check out what this is too. Quicksand, and finally, a bit of sulfur from that. Might as well stay here because it's day 7, so we can pick some up next turn. As for Pyre, I think what we could do, for the sake of scouting, is we could go through here and just view a bit more of it, because Thane I don't think can reach us. But then, what I don't know is, does the AI respond to that? Will they know that Pyre is weaker, and therefore try and chase her down? They shouldn't, because I should be in the Fog of War. But I don't know that. So, let's not risk it. I'm going to go for the Garden of Life, which is probably a bit silly, but I don't want to go for the castle, because like I say, I want to hold on to as much gold as possible. The Garden of Life is really cheap. The Altar of Earth and the Altar of Fire, both a little bit more expensive, and it is day 7, so I want to buy something there. And then Serena we're going to take back to this town. Actually, yeah, let's leave her there, she should be fine. And the final thing we're going to do is we're going to jump back in this town, pick up Tyraxor, pick up the slower units, and we're going to move over to somewhere Thane can meet him. The potential risk with Thane is if Coronius can sail a really long way. Actually, even if he can, I don't think he can kill us off, so yeah, we should be safe. Alright, so Tyraxor we're going to send over here. And we're going to park him here. I think we can still reach. Yeah, we can still reach next turn. And then actually, something else I can do is I can send Tyraxor out. Got all our movement points, so we can visit this. And then we should have enough to visit this too. So that's going to help us a little bit just to defend. Yeah, we're up to +2 morale and +3 luck. It does cap at 3, of course. having +4 doesn't make any difference. Okay. I think that will do for this turn. Like I say, we're going to try and hold on to as much gold as we can. We're down to 35k, so we'll only be making 3,500 back, but that's still pretty good. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so Thane could come to attack, but he's not going via the subterranean gate. That guy decides not to attack, and Thane comes in for the attack, and I don't know if we can do this, but I have an idea, which is to try and line things up in such a way that these guys can't multi-attack. So it's not amazing, but as far as I can tell, this setup here at the very least prevents multi-attacks. I can't keep these safe because anywhere I can see that I would put them would enable the multi-hex attack, for example going diagonally up in this direction. It may be that there's a better formation, but this way at least I think... Actually, if they attack this way, it might not work. So what I could do instead... put these guys here. But then we're not protecting any of our range stacks, so I'm not sure about that. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I think my main worry here is, well, firstly these are really scary, but also just preventing the phoenixes from doing as much damage as possible. And I think just avoiding that multi-hex attack, even if they do go for our range stacks, I think is going to be worth it. So I think that'll have to do. Let's go for it. Okay, goes for the Mass Bless, and goes for the Gremlin, surprisingly, which is completely fine. I have to decide who I'm willing to absorb the retaliation with. Because I don't really have any weak stacks, and I don't really have any strong stacks, so it's not hugely easy. These guys are vulnerable to fire, which is not very good for me. I don't really have much I can do with that. I think Lightning Bolt stands out. Yeah, 85 points of damage. Let's just go for it. And that does actually take one of them out. So the retaliation now shouldn't do too much damage. So let's just jump in with these. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I'm going to wait with these just in case we can get the kill, as those guys go for the wall. Other stacks can't get in. I think if I assume that we can kill these, it's okay if we bunch our units up. Whoa, I did not expect that to kill. Yeah, so those are doing crazy damage, and I think if we're going to lose, it's going to be because of these. 47 HP left on these, so this should get the kill. And then these guys can't really do too much, so let's just defend. And I should still go for my strongest hit, so I'm going to go against these. And these guys can get across, but they just go for the block, which is fine. Let's just lightning bolt these. I do really need to weaken these, and I might have to think about leaving the town. But of course the magma elementals are the main problem, and right now they can defend both. So let's just keep weakening them as much as we can. So yeah, our range stacks have been pretty badly damaged. Let's go fill the hole. Okay, so our stacks are, I think, all too slow. Possible exception of the energy elementals, but we didn't wait with those. So can't do much for now. Okay, the magma elementals are going to try and get in, and these guys are slowly being weakened by the tower, which is great. Let's go for the lightning bolt once again. This time we're going to wait with these, attack with these, just try and weaken these as much as we can. And then these guys can attack from here. Hang on, that did not work out. Still, the most powerful stack they have can get through, so it doesn't really matter too much, and we can then cross with these. Lightning bolt these once again. And probably don't want to go for the attack. So I think I'll actually pull back. Either we pull back, or we just try and block these. Not sure we can win this. Okay, well, as long as we can hide behind the walls, we can hopefully take a few more shots, but yeah. They're holding out pretty well. We're down to 10 ice elementals, 3 magmas, and just this one guy here, which is not going to be enough. 30 spell points left. Let's go for the lightning bolt once again. We can use as much as we can. Yeah, pretty clearly doomed, so that didn't quite work out. Okay, so we lose Torosar. I think he might have a couple of artifacts, but nothing too great. I'm gonna try defending. Okay, and the arrow towers are going for those. We definitely can get taken out by the magma elementals in a straight fight, so this is pretty much the end, unfortunately. If we go for the magic arrow, that is going to do 40 points of damage, which I don't think we can cast it on these. Oh, we actually can, okay. So we take out one of those, and that is definitely the end. We can't do anything now. There we go. Okay, so Torosar abandons our cause, Thane gets his town back, but he's lost quite a lot. It will be day 1, but as the human player we get to go first, and we can't quite reach unless we go for this, and I think if we go for this, follow it up with a Fountain of Youth, we probably can. So let's start with Thane. Take the helm, and we don't need this stuff, we'll leave it with Thane. Let's give her the Wolf Rider though. Actually no, let's not. I think we should keep that on Tyrexor. We're gonna... oh, we can't quite reach now. Okay, that used up more movement points than I thought. Or I guess the slow units have slowed us down a lot. That's kind of a problem. What we have to do now, I think, is pick up someone else instead. I will go for Syra with the obvious caveat that I won't be using diplomacy, so no matter what happens, I will refuse anyone that offers to join me, because it is very overpowered in this version of the game. Obviously, at this late stage, it wouldn't really make sense to start building up a new hero, but just thought I would mention that. We're going to send Syra out, although she can pick up a couple of ancient behemoths, which might be worth including for Theodorus. I think we might as well. Nothing else really jumps out. I think we just want to use these. Okay, so we don't want the gargoyles, I don't think there's much of a point of that. Much more useful just to keep the stacks of Master Genies separate. We're going to go up to the north. visit this, and yeah, I think we can make it. So I think we have a choice. We can either go for the town or we can go for Thane. With it being day 1, I think we should definitely go for the town. And they've not got the Mage Guild for us, which is, I guess, because they didn't have much of a turn to do it with, although they could have done. But I am going to go for the Mage Guild level 5, and that is going to get us Dimension Door, and I'm a bit more torn about Dimension Door. Because, in my perspective at least, Dimension Door is more overpowered than Town Portal because you can use it much more effectively to attack. It kind of depends on the situation, of course, but I'm not sure I'm going to allow myself to use that. Once again, I might end up changing my mind, but Town Portal I am going to allow myself to use. I don't know, I might decide to stop handicapping myself, but for now, that is how I'm thinking. We're going to take the Phoenixes, we're going to tuck everyone else in the town. And yeah, we can't reach. That's fine, we can definitely chase Thane down next turn. We've got the stables, we've got very fast creatures, and that should be all we need. So let's look at what else we can do. So we've got Neela coming up with more reinforcements. Thane is definitely not strong enough to take us on. So we should be pretty comfortable just moving closer. Serena is just going to stay put, I think. Yeah, let's save our gold for now. One thing I would like to do is to start building this place up slightly more. So at this point, I do want to see if we can get the pyre before the end of the week. And it looks like we just need to build the dwellings. We should be completely fine. So I could send Solmir out to explore. But no, I think we'll just keep him here for now. We'll return Astral to the town. And that's pretty much everyone done. I don't think we need to spend anything. Could get some upgrades here just to save the time of going to the hill fort, which, to be honest, it has been fairly pointless getting the hill fort. We've not really used it much, but still. Resource Silo is an okay option, and Artifact Merchants also not a bad option. Although we could do that in the Conflux town instead. So yeah, Resource Silo is not a bad option, because we still want to build up our mage guilds. So we're going to need quite a few more gems, because of course we do have lots of titans to buy. I think we have 4 titans available currently. In fact, it will be 6 titans. So yeah, we need to get as many gems as possible, but other than that, I think we're fine just to end the turn. One thing I did forget to do, of course, is to pick up the Helm of Heavenly Enlightenment, which I think is still on Tyrexor. Yeah, he's clearly very strong. Yeah, so we'll pick that up next turn. Hopefully Syra can just about reach. Maybe not. Okay, we'll figure out a way to do it. I think that's fine for this turn though. So let's see what Red's main does. So they got another hero up to the north. This is the guy we need to worry about, and it does look like he could come in our direction. Purple doesn't really know what to do. Too weak to go for the attack, but they do decide to go for it in the end, and we are expected to take a few losses. Let's see if we can prevent that though. So this is all looking actually pretty weak now. It did steal our sprites, but that's fine. With Expert Tactics, I feel like we can probably just rush out. By the way, just in case anyone gets curious about this, and I don't know why I feel the need to bring this up, I'm pretty sure you can kill your own units by moving them into the moat, even during the tactics phase. So, don't ever do that. Okay, this should be fine. So we're going to play it safe, we're going to go for the haste, and we should just be able to take everyone out. Okay, didn't do much to those. Let's just check we can reach. So 2 of these, yeah, that should actually be pretty easy. These guys should easily wipe these out. Or maybe not. Okay. Let's finish them with these. There we go. Yeah, he's got 160 spell points, and we don't... Well, he wouldn't flee anyway, but we don't want to give him the chance to cast a spell on us. Okay. So a lot of that is stuff that we had before, that he took from us. So yeah, artifact merchants. We've got 50k in the bank, let's just do it. Okay, so Mystic Orb of Mana. Because it's part of that combination artifact, I think we should do it. Check these out too. So immunity to Hypnotize, Death Ripple. Could at least use the Death Ripple one because we know that they have a Necromancer hero. +3 duration is not worth it. It's not the greatest selection. I guess I will buy this just in case. Breastplate of Brimstone. Not really worth it over the Armor of Wonder. I could also pick up the Magic Elementals for the Master Genies, which is also a good option, I think. Let's do that. Although, these are very helpful, of course, just for their buffs. Let's see what we can do with Neela. The Neela can reach. And yeah, if we just build this place up with the level 1 to 5 creatures, I think it should be safe from Crag Hack. So yeah, let's go up to this guy. We do have the option, of course, of passing over the Master Gremlins, but I feel like we've kind of moved beyond that now. Gonna have to find a way to upgrade some of these. So I'm actually going to pass the weaker creatures over to Theodorus. And we are just going to Town Portal over to Equinox. Swap with Pike Drum, and let's just hire all of the unupgraded units we can. Not sure we can make it back, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, not quite. Okay, so we're going to hire pretty much everything. Meet back up with Pike Drum, we'll take the better units. Town Portal back to... Actually, first let's go to Tirith. And we have actually spent all of our gold. And done this in the wrong order, and I've not upgraded the Magi, so yeah, still got a bit to do. But that should be fine. What I do need to do, though, is I need to get back. Because we've spent everything. That's the wrong town. I hope I haven't screwed myself with this. No, we can still go to Solium, yeah, so I didn't exactly do that turn right, but never mind. We're still looking really strong here, and I'm pretty sure we can take on both of our remaining opponents. I'm not really considering purple to be in this game at this point. They do, of course, still have poor Vokiel, who's been stuck there for a long time, and I think will be stuck there until they fade out of existence in 7 days' time. Crag Hack. Need to be a bit careful, actually, because Crag Hack could attack Syra. Just check that this guy doesn't have enough movement, which he doesn't. Neela I don't think will be attacked. So if we just try moving slightly closer, but not close enough. try that. Yeah, I think that should be fine. We've got a few slower units on us, so let's move those off. Okay, so big question mark is what is red gonna do? I've not actually checked out what that guy has. So it looks like he's building himself up, but he's gonna have to go through the whirlpool, which is not a good way to go. He will lose some units. I can see Krakak's about to take my gold mine. This guy has definitely made himself stronger. But no matter where he lands, we can easily respond, and yeah, we can definitely beat that guy. It's not going to be too tough. Okay, so Neela is going to hand back some of the units. Let's also take some of these because we're not going to use them. Okay, so at long last we will pass this over. We'll take this too for Neela. And let's take all the units we're actually going to use. Actually, I think what I'll do is I'll take everything except the Magi and the Phoenixes. Can't quite reach this guy, but we can take him on next turn. We'll send Neela to this. Actually, thinking about it, Theodorus hasn't visited this, and he is quite high level now, so I think it is worthwhile just to stop by. Go for the Expert Earth Magic, and we can actually reach, so let's actually take our units back. Or at least a few of them. Let's essentially finish purple off. Of course they do have Vokiel left, but he's not going to do much. We don't need to play it out. And we can then town portal over. Okay, he's too tired for the rest of the day, but that's fine. We're going to stick Thane in here, and what I'd also like to do is I'm going to try and bring Syra back. And I'm going to try and pass her the Arms of Legion. I'm sure there's a much better way I could be doing this, but this is just the stage of the game where there's just so much going on. It's getting hard to keep up. So Pikeram has a few units we're not really going to use. I could get the library, but I think we should hold out for the level 4 first. Serena's fine where she is. And the last thing I want to do, of course, is to keep building this up. So we've just got the Altar of Thought to go, and then the Pyre, so that's going to be easy. We can also go for the Castle before the end of the week. And yeah, I think that should all be fine. Okay, so we have the option of moving out one final hero, so we could send Pyre out just to explore. Which I think should be fine at this point, because we're not really going to be using Solmir as a scout. Try to keep him just to defend if possible. So let's see if we can bait Aiden. Probably not Aiden, but let's see if we can bait Aiden to land his ship. In the meantime, let's just see if we can explore a bit more. So there's actually a Conflux town there, so there's 2 Conflux towns up for grabs. Very nearby to one another. I'm going to wait on this side, just in the hopes of encouraging him to land. He's actually got the fairy dragons, I didn't even notice that. I was looking at the Pegasi. So he's got the fairy dragons, so Ainane's even easier for that. Yeah, I'm very confident we can do this. Of course, I don't know what's going on with Nimbus, but Nimbus to me looked weaker. So yeah, I think that's all fine. I'm going to end the turn, I think. We could spend more gold, but we're not really threatened anywhere, so I think we'll just keep it for now, as yeah, he does take the bait, he does land. And red is just all over this place. Thane actually lands, takes out the behemoths. Okay, so we're going to begin by town portaling back to Tirith. Going to pick these up. In fact, we can afford pretty much everything. Okay, so the upgraded mage tower does require the library, which is a bit awkward. The only other option is to go back to here and to use the hill fort. But honestly, I think we can justify going for the library. It could still get us a good spell. In this case, it gets us force field and remove obstacle. Still no blind. Okay, so at this point we want to be kind of finalizing our units. So I've got to find a good way to do this. So it's going to involve a lot of town portaling, I think. Let's try this. Then we're going to go back to Solium. Yeah, really not a good use of movement points, but just trying to get a good kind of final force, which we can then use to take on red. So Theodorus will be slowed down a bit by that, but that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. We're going to go up to here. We're going to go up to here, meet Syra, pass this over, return to the base. Give this to Tyrexor, and Tyrexor is going to take it back to Thane. So we still need the legs of Legion, which in theory should be the easiest one. And the torso of Legion, which I feel like I've seen that, but I don't really know. Could just be imagining things. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, that's fine. So this guy did take the bait, unfortunately. Because he has the fairy dragon, he might not be that easy to take on. So let's get the castle. And he can probably reach us this turn, which is a bit of a problem, to be fair. Hang on. Okay, so I only need the 10, that's fine. Alright, I do want to just get something. Try and hold these off. Vulnerable to meteor shower. Let's dismiss this. Yeah, not a good defensive force. So I could bring Theodorus here, but he's got much more important things to be doing. So I just have to hope that maybe our castle can take out the fairy dragons. Does this guy have anti-magic as well? That could also help. No anti-magic. I'm prepared to risk it. Worst case scenario, we have to hop back to here and come over and attack. But maybe that's not wise. Let's play it safe. Yeah, I'm just going to end the turn. I'm sure I had more to do, but I don't want this guy attacking me. So yeah, he chooses not to. He tries to run off instead. That's fine, I'll chase them down. So red's main is not currently coming to attack us. Orange is clearly quite scared of red. Okay, so let's take Aidan on. Okay, so these guys are 15 speed, which means... brought the wrong units. Thought these were my titans. These guys are 15 speed, which means we should be able to at least outspeed them with the Master Genies. And the others can definitely outspeed these. So I think we can finish him off before he can do anything. Ah. Thought I'd be faster than those. Okay, so that's exactly what the auto-resolve predicted. Yeah, I thought my Magi were going to be faster after the haste. So I should have repositioned the Behemoths, but I thought I'd need the Behemoths just to take the Fairy Dragons, just in case, but still. Never mind. 3 Magi, not a big issue. So we're going to jump back over now to Equinox. We're going to get the upgraded Mage Tower, and at long last, I think we are just about ready to launch a proper attack. Just double check where our forces are. So Neela still has these, which is not what we're looking for. So I think I left them in Tirith, which I did. So yeah, let's go back to Tirith. Upgrade these to Titans. Okay, so this as a final force, I think is going to be more than good enough. The only thing I could do now is I could try going to the Golem Factory, pick up a few more Golems, but I don't think it's going to make any difference. So we're going to go back to Fenderin. And I think we're ready to launch an attack, at least on that first Conflux town, which is going to put us in direct competition with Red. But I think that's completely fine. Wouldn't mind picking up an extra hero just so we can take some of these slower units. Okay, that should give us max speed, so let's just go as close as we can. And let's reclaim our gold mine. Stay as close as we can. And yeah, the rest of these heroes, there's not really too much to do at this point, so let's just go claim some mines. And we should probably get ready to potentially scout. So I'm going to bring these over. Tyrexor, I think, is fine. Yeah, he's got literally nothing, he's level 1 too, so I'm actually going to send him to go and scout. Almost certainly going to get destroyed as soon as he goes through the whirlpool, but still. Neela should be safe in here, just to defend it, if needed. It is pretty tucked away though, so it should be pretty safe. And yeah, the magic elementals, I think, we'll just leave behind. Serena I'm actually going to send to the Conflux town, because that's currently undefended and is on the front line. And yeah, I think that should all be okay. There's a couple more things we can claim. Let's use Syra for that next turn. And let's get the marketplace. Alright, so now we just need the Altar of Thought on day 6, Pyre on day 7, and then potentially the upgraded Pyre on day 1. So Anane gets back in his boat. We should now be good. Okay, so we'll push through here. We will take on the pack of Black Dragons now, so they got a bit tougher. Just gonna go for it though. Alright, so those losses don't look bad. I want to see if we can prevent that. So the haste should definitely make us faster. Perfect. Let's see. So that's pretty undefended. Have we got enough movement points to take this? I think we have. And then we'll have to get shot by the tower, which is not too bad. That's pretty much the losses you'd expect. Pretty much unavoidable. We've got some extra phoenixes coming through from here, and the last thing we can do, potentially, is to try and take the magic forest, if possible, because that could give us 2 fairy dragons, which is probably an improvement on the ancient behemoths. But definitely we're going to have a big fight coming up with Thane, so I'm expecting that to happen in the next part. He's now picked up a pack of ancient behemoths, so yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. But yeah, it should be a good fight. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.